Joining us now is Supriya Shenit, chairperson of the social media digital platform cell of the Congress party. Remember, on social media, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the Congress was doing better than other parties. However, there were concerns about whether that will translate into votes. How do you see this? The BJP, #1 party by far, more than the India Alliance together, but even in that defeat, there's a lot for the India Alliance and in particular the Congress to savor this evening. Ms. Shenit, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rahul and Rajdeep. And yes, it's indeed a good day. And I don't see this as a defeat or a victory. I see this as the people of the country telling the politicians, the power rests with us. Democracy means government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And they have taught the toughest lesson Mr. Modi could learn. But I'll come to that in just a bit. मैं हिंदी में एक लाइन कहना चाहती हूँ और इन नतीजों के बाद आशा करती हूँ नरेंद्र मोदी ये नहीं पूछेंगे कौन राहुल। वही राहुल जिसने आपकी रातों की नींद और दिन का चैन उड़ा दिया है, वही राहुल जिसने आपके प्रधानमंत्री बनने पर संशय लगा दिया है, वही राहुल जिसने इस देश की जनता को जगा दिया और इस देश की जनता ने इस संविधान को बचाने के लिए आपको 63 सीटों से नीचे कर दिया, वही राहुल जिसने इस देश की जनता को एकजुट रखा और आपके नफरत के बाजार में तमाम मोहब्बतों की दुकान खोलेगा, वही राहुल जो आपके गुजरा, आपके मंगलसूत्र, आपकी भैंस पर नहीं बोला, उसने महंगाई पर और बेरोजगारी पर बात करी. 1 second, because that crass, vulgar joke was cracked on your channel, on your interview. It is important that I retort to that vulgar, crass joke of the Prime Minister and remind him. Cong Rahul. Thank you very much for giving me the time to speak in Hindi.
Cong Rahul,
there are 3 takeaways for me in this election.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Takeaway number one. Takeaway number one is Mr. Modi has been resoundingly rejected by the people of this country for his divisive politics, for his jumlas, and for the kind of debased, absolutely debased campaign that he ran. 63 seats down for the BJP from its last tally is no mean, is no mean task. The reality is he's nowhere close to the majority mark. He will need allies, and allies who've come together because of pressure, because of tactics of the ED, CBI and income tax will very well find it convenient to leave him. That's point number one. Point number two, no matter what anybody says, the narrative of this election, the campaign of this election, getting together the India Alliance, I think the Congress played a big role, but it was single-handedly Rahul Gandhi who decided what is this election going to be contested on, and that was joblessness, that was high prices, that's income inequality, that's concentration of wealth, that's farmers, that's laborers, and that's the constitution of this country. That's
your third point, ma'am.
Jatigat Jangarna.
Third point, very quickly, please.
And my third and last point is very quickly. My third and last point has to do with sections of the media who believe cheerleading the government is a good thing to do. With all humility, and I'm not going to call pot shots here, I think there's a certain introspection that large sections of mainstream media need to do. Also, people who kept talking about the 3% Indians who are invested in stock markets. The crores of Indians who are unemployed and the ones reeling under high prices have voted and voted very, very decisively.
GVL Narasimha Rao deserves the same time that you got. So GVL, respond to what you've just heard. According to Supriya Shenit, the Prime Minister's politics has been decisively, if I may use the word that she used, decisively rejected.
Rajdeep, I think I'm a numbers man and I find these conclusions extremely problematic. When was the last time that Congress party came to power in Delhi, in parliament? When was in central government? It was in 2009. When was the previous time? 2004. What was the numbers that Congress won in 2004 and 2009? And they celebrated big victories. Congress trouncing Atal Bihari Vajpayee government and coming to power. All that they had won was 145 seats. Almost barely half of the majority required to form a government. And the UPA had won only 218 seats, a pre-poll alliance. Compare that with what we have today. And in 2009, which they branded as a big victory of Rahul Gandhi, again, not giving credit to Manmohan Singh, giving credit to Rahul Gandhi. What was the tally of the Congress party in 2009? 206. We are today above 240 seats on our own, and we are more than the entire India alliance put together, like what Rahul mentioned just now. So therefore, Congress party has this. They haven't won an election for a very, very long time, and therefore they are exuberant about increasing their tally and still not being able to touch the 3-digit mark. The Congress still hasn't got the 100 tally on its checks on the election board. So I think Congress must really need to do introspection. We will also do our introspection. Let me tell
was there any
Congress
sense
friends,
within the
you see,
BJP? The BJP does multiple kinds of polling, has a lot of feedback mechanisms. Was there any marker to indicate to you that the election results aren't going as per plan, or is this in some ways an India shining kind of moment where the BJP got so caught up with its own rhetoric that they started believing that 400 or 370 is on the anvil and that the tables could turn and that you may end up short of majority? Was that even within the realm of your internal discussions?
Rahul, see, 370 is a number that we certainly talked about in the initial days of the campaign, but we certainly knew this was not an achievable target. But Honorable Prime Minister also mentioned in the interviews why 370 was mentioned. But 400 is something that we really set a huge target for ourselves. And after the first, second rounds of campaign, we certainly felt it was difficult getting anywhere close to it, but we were confident of getting a single party, a full majority government, and to that extent we are a little disappointed. But still, let the Congress and the India alliance not to be so exuberant and want to claim victory when all that they have not been able to, when they have not even managed to cross the 100-seat mark for the largest party in the alliance, which is below 100 seats.
Okay. Supriya wants to respond, but before that, let's give an opportunity to Ghanshyam Tiwari, and Supriya won't grudge that because they are alliance partners in Uttar Pradesh, because the big story of this election was really written in Uttar Pradesh. 36 leads for the NDA, 43 for the India Alliance, 6 of those for the Congress, the SP by itself more than the BJP. And if I look at the direct fights between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh, the BJP won 21 of 56 direct fights with the SP. The Samajwadi Party won 35 of 56 direct fights. That is 63% strike rate in a direct kushti match with the BJP. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Akhilesh Yadav has been in the political wilderness for a while. The wrestler's son will look at that and say, in this dangle, I got one past the BJP today.
Good evening, Rahul, Rajdeep, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. I want to first congratulate every voter in India, everyone who believes in democracy. The dictators who wanted to give a farewell to democracy, people who believe in democracy are going to give a farewell to those dictators. This is end of that nightmarish fantasy of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah to install dictatorship by saying "Ab ki baar 400 baar" even before the election was announced, and by misusing, abusing the state machinery, everything at their disposal, including the election commission, and the narratives on television channel. I remember, Rahul, that on the day of exit polls, you said, show some grace in defeat. I marked those words. Those were your words. And I told you, these are exit polls. These are not the real results. We will show grace when the verdict comes out. Today is a day when Mr. Modi should understand that the mood in the grassroots from Uttar Pradesh to Bengal to Maharashtra to across the country is against Mr. Modi. Even if by chance, by the generosity of Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu, if Mr. Modi becomes the Prime Minister, people across the country will protest against him every day. The youth will protest, the women will protest, the farmers will protest. It will be a very unpopular government. The alliance with BJP has been a kiss of death for every political party who tried to ally with them, from PDP in Kashmir to AIDMK in Tamil Nadu, to parties who did not ally but unofficially supported them, whether it is the BJD or whether it is YSRCP. You name a state or a party from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Mizoram, where a kiss of death of BJP has not happened with any alliance partner. So nobody wants to ally with them. The message from Uttar Pradesh is clear. Elections is not about how you can lift the share market. It is about telling people that here is how I'll bring jobs, here is how I'll fight inflation. We stand shoulder to shoulder with farmers. We will stand against people like Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh and against Prajwal Revanna, rather than holding their hands and saying, voting for this man will empower, and stop treating yourself as God and treating elections as mujra. This is the message from Uttar Pradesh.
Suddenly, and I've let Supriya Shrineth respond to this, no one is questioning electronic voting machines. No one is saying that the EC did a terrible job. Suddenly, the elections are kosher. If this hadn't gone your way, Supriya Shrineth, is it not true that there was plans afoot to raise questions about the whole process, cast aspersions in the EC, cast aspersions in the electronic voting machines? Now everything seems hunky-dory and very kosher.
Yeah, I'll just answer that question, and that's an important question to deal with. But I want to tell you one thing. The innate wisdom of the people of my country is absolutely remarkable. The country saw Ajay Mishra Taini being given VIP treatment, even though his son is the main accused in the Lakhimpur massacre. He is defeated. Prajwal Revanna, the nightmare from Karnataka, that man is defeated. KL Sharma defeats Smriti Irani, drunk and intoxicated with arrogance. She says, ये PA है, ये क्या करेगा? Rahul Gandhi छोड़ दीजिए, PA ने आपको हरा दिया 1,64,000 से. Rahul Gandhi wins Wayanad and Raebareli nearly with 4 lakh votes each. The Prime Minister scrapes through only with 1,50,000. But that's not the point. The point is Manipur. Both seats voted overwhelmingly for the Congress. Nagaland, 1 seat for the Congress. Meghalaya, 1 seat for the Congress. What does it tell you? You cannot alienate parts of your country, and I want to be humble here. I really want to be humble in today's verdict, because I think the country is sending a message. And I will answer that question on EVM. We were on the ground. We were seeing a certain resonance of what we were seeing. We were seing a wave election. In UP, my home state,
answer the EVM question now, ma'am.
We voted the BJP out. It was clear. I am answering the EVM question only, bhai. Listen to me at least. At least aaj to bolne ka mauka dijiye aap log. In UP, for instance, we were seeing the election. We were seeing the election in Maharashtra. Now, if today those numbers had not translated, being responsible members of India's polity, we would raise questions. Absolutely, we would. And even in stalling the BJP, I still believe that if people of this country, even if one voter finds it difficult to believe in the EVM, we need to address their concerns. This country needs to have a renewed look, a new vigor to the whole EVM process. There is no denying that. We are not people who change their goalposts because we win or we lose. This country needs to have implicit faith in the voting system. This country needs to know that the Election Commission of India
GVL knows
is
something
an
about raising questions about EVMs. He's done it in the past in 2009. But GVL,
and
if
GVL
you see
was
the
talking
way
about numbers. GVL, you have been less than halved in UP. You've lost in Maharashtra. You've lost in Bihar. You've lost in...
one second. Can I just frame my question and then GVL can respond? When I listen to the likes of Pawan Khera and Supriya Shrineth and Ghanshyam Tiwari, ye jeet ke bhi haar gaye. And when I listen to you and the way, you're seeming a bit defensive, aap jeet ke bhi thode haare hue lag rahe ho, wo haar ke bhi jeete hue lag rahe hain. What do you make of this, GVL?
Okay, I think we are filmy dialogues is not going to win the elections for anybody. But I have given you the numbers. The so-called victories of the Congress and UPA in 2004 and 2009 are not a patch on the result today. We have won a much bigger mandate than any mandate that the Congress has won in 2 decades. Number one. Number two, certainly the UP results are not as encouraging as we would like them to be. But then Madhya Pradesh is a part of this country or no? Do you want to forget that Madhya Pradesh has given 29 out of 29?
What about Maharashtra? What about Rajasthan? What about the
This is being unfair. No, he did not intervene.
Okay,
ma'am, he did not. Yeah, please go ahead,
so Uttarakhand is a state where you are in power. We have swept...
Himachal, not Uttarakhand, Himachal.
Sorry, Himachal is where you are in power.
You are in power.
You are in power in Karnataka.
He corrected himself.
You are in power in Karnataka. We have won almost twice the number of seats, more than twice the number of seats that you have won in Karnataka. So therefore, people have rejected the Congress, even in states where you are in power. And in Odisha, where you were the principal rival to the BJP in the past, today we have won the state assembly renouncingly. So country is not just one or two states where you would like to see and put blinkers on the rest of the country.